Imagine traditions where a deceased husband's brother marries the widow.
When a woman is married, therefore, she belongs to the society. And therefore, when the husband dies, then one of the close members of the community would take over.
It's awkward, right? Levirate marriage, which means husband's brother, is a unique custom that has its roots deep in Africa.
As a way of our traditions, Paul, you must take care of Namwandu and your late brother's property. Are you ready?
This rare marriage focuses mainly on preserving family ties, inheritance problems, and parental responsibilities. In these societies, widows are bound by legacy and cultural norms and are afraid that an outsider will inherit their property. Instead, they continue their legacy and lineage by getting married to one of their husband's brother. In the Luo tribe, when a married man dies, brothers of the deceased person propose marriage to the widow. The proposal may come from more than one person, but the widow will wait until she has had a dream of being together with her late husband in bed before she is allowed to tell the elders who is to be her new husband among those who have offered to marry her. This rule still applies even if the brother is already married and has his own family.
I would also allow my daughter to follow the tradition. I grew up with it.
If there is only one brother available and he is young, after the reports about the dream, elders will command the man to take care of the widow because he is the only one closely related to the deceased person. According to the Luo way of thinking, a widow becomes unclean after her partner's death due to ritual impunity. But after cleansing, normal life resumes, so it's not permanent. If a widow chooses to not participate in these rituals, she will be socially isolated and viewed as an outsider until purified. They are also thought to bring bad luck. Widows are expected to comply with the custom, and it's not debatable whether or not to participate in this custom because it is urgent and required. These cultural customs are crucial for widows in maintaining their identity, avoiding misfortune upon their children, maintaining their rights as wives, and preventing them from sleeping with other men. The Yoruba people of Nigeria. The Yoruba are a mixed race of people who live in southwest Nigeria and are mostly Muslims and Christians. Widows in this region have no inheritance right because, according to the Yoruba law, they are deemed to be part of their deceased husband's property.
As a way of our traditions, Paul, you must take care of Namwandu and your late brother's property. Are you ready?
In the past, the widow could only be inherited as a wife by a brother or the son of the departed husband, but not her own son though. Still, the tradition goes beyond the simple pairing of widow and brother-in-law. It requires the brother-in-law to delicately take part on the duties of the deceased brother. Caring for the widow, her kids, and the home are all included. It's a metaphorical passing of the torch that goes beyond biological ties. However, the purification ritual, which is hidden and personal, is at the center of the sacred change. This act, whether concrete or symbolic, is seen as a purification ritual that releases the widow from the cause of her husband's death and protects her from evil spirits and forces. The Igbo people of Nigeria. Under the Igbo customary law, wives do not have inheritance rights as they are considered property of the late husband's estate, and as a result, are considered an object of inheritance themselves. Like the Yoruba, a brother or a son of the deceased Igbo husband, but not the son of the woman, was traditionally allowed to inherit the widow as a wife. Following the burial of the husband, the woman is asked to choose a man from the relatives who will stand for her children and herself.
Wife inheritance was meant to give the integrity in the home, such that there is one man who goes into that house, one man who is known to the children.
The woman either agrees to pick a man from the kinsmen, or if she refuses, she faces persecution from the family. However, it is very rare for the widow to refuse the proposal, simply because the consequences will be the loss of all the property which belonged to her late husband. Usually, when the woman refuses the proposal, it is the sign that she has an assurance of marrying another man who is not of the same clan, though it happens very rarely. Men no longer want to waste their limited resources supporting a woman and children who do not biologically belong to him, because wealth is hard to come by. In the past, a widow and her kids increased a man's personnel for farm work. Farming is now losing value as a status symbol and a measure of wealth. People are no longer willing to raise children who they may not benefit from in the future, because theoretically, a widow and her children are not their property. It causes issues at home, goes against Christian morality, and the kids won't like it. The idea of wife inheritance in rural areas in Africa is not seen as a big deal. The practice is often as a result of cultural rule and the need to maintain family wealth. The widow is often forced to marry another man, and this may lead to the spread of deadly diseases like HIV and STDs. The children of the deceased are also traumatized, as they are forced to accept another man's authority without time to grieve. Anyway, this is Afrikleo. Thank you so much for watching, and please click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when we post new video. Peace.